Okay, hey guys, so this is Walter McCormick with Covenant Insurance. So what we're going to be going over here is planning for the future. Okay, so when you think about the future, currently we have your Social Security. Okay, and then you've got like pension plans. And then, you have your investments. You've got life insurance. Okay? So these are some of the things that you think with when you think of the word retirement or what you're looking at in the future, okay? So I know for me, I'm 31 years old. I actually just turned 31 in April, so happy belated to me. So one of the things I'm looking at is currently where I work, I don't have this. So you can go ahead and delete the pension plan. We're probably not going to have this. Okay? So if I don't have any investments, and I don't have any life insurance, just say I don't, then what do you have? You have nothing, right? So some of the areas that I go over with people is, most people think, oh, they need some life insurance. Okay? Now this, depending on your age, health, and all that, is generally pretty affordable, pretty cheap, something you need to look at. Also in this video, I'm not going to be giving any investment advice. I'm not a certified investor yet. That I will be working on that very soon, so I will be able to do that in the future. But for right now, you've got to look at, you got your life insurance, right? So this handles your family in case you are killed or you die in some way, shape, or form. Another thing to look at is, what happens if you get in a car accident and you're disabled, right? So there you've got to have some sort of disability insurance. We don't plan on it. I just recently helped a client with their disability insurance. It's something that most people don't think about. Most people, they automatically think of life insurance. You've got your auto insurance, your home insurance, your health insurance. You've got these things, but these are some areas that disability is something people don't look at because it's rather expensive usually, okay? There's another one which is called long-term care. Okay, so this is another type of insurance you should look at some point in the future, because basically what this handles is medical stays for long-term health care, right? Another thing you can look at is, and these are just some brainstorm ideas, I'm not recommending any of these products, I'm not saying a specific carrier to go with, I'm just saying that these are some of the things you need to start looking at, okay? You've got annuities. Okay? Now, annuities are great. Personally, I like them. You've got your IRAs, which that falls under that category of annuity because they're kind of similar to the same contracts. You can set up annuities as IRAs, anyway, whatever. But basically, you've got all these different things, right? So, if you're sitting down, the target audience for this presentation is folks my age, okay? So, if you are 25 to 40, that's the age range I'll say, you need to ask yourself these questions. How much money do I want to have to retire? Okay, so that's your first question. When do I want to retire? Okay, second question. And the third question, what will I need to change in myself to retire? Now this is probably my most interesting question because see, everybody, and I mean everybody I talk to, one for one, to answer question number one, they always have a number. I'll use a different color pen here. They always say a number that is greater than $1 million. I think 1 million or 1.2 million is like the bare minimum that you need to have, that people think, oh, I need to have $1 million in order to retire. Okay? So, when do I want to retire? Most people will say, give your default, which is 65 to 67, okay? But ideally, the answer is not 65 to 67, it's ASAP. Because, I don't know, for some reason people want to stop working. Okay? But then, so people will have answers to 1 and 2, but they won't have an answer to number 3, because this is the hard question, right? So, you know, if you're age 35 and you want to have more than $1 million, are you going to be, and you're making a good income, you know, are you going to be setting aside the money that you need in order to achieve this goal? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to, do you have the self-discipline to set aside and invest the amount of money that you're going to need to invest in order to hit this goal? You know, let's say you're later in life. Let's say this number is not a 1. You know, let's say you want 5 million. You know, the bigger this number gets and the lower this number gets, the more of this has to happen. Because you have to change what you are doing. This is good practices. Most people don't even know how much money is in their bank account on a daily basis because they don't balance checkbooks anymore. So, you know, just some things to think about. You know, what do you need? What do you have? What do you want? And have those things pretty well answered before you meet with a financial services person or an insurance agent or anything like that. Be sure to check their work, make sure that they're looking out for you and not some other aspect, and make sure that you're getting what you want within what can happen. Because I'll tell you this, we may be really good at our jobs, but we are not magicians. Okay, I cannot magically just print money for you to have to retire on. So think with that, answer these questions. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. My contact information will be below.